I took an oath to protect the Constitution of this great nation.
What are the 5 Grosse Points cities?
Well, look, I'm not here to answer a quiz. I rise today to hold this president accountable.
Is this a fundraising stunt? Your camp?
The fact of the matter is, the president has committed crime after crime.
The beagles. You abandoned the beagles, left them to die in their cages at your
I
pharmaceutical
love
testing.
animals. Impeach Donald J. Trump.
The impeachment of Donald Trump is over already. I mean, Shri Tanadar, you've never heard of him, was trying to impeach Trump over nonsense issues. But here's the best part. Which political party, is my question for you, which political party was more upset over the impeachment of Donald Trump? Was it the Republicans or the Democrats? Because if you chose Republicans, you'd be wrong. Republicans didn't care because they got the majority in the House and the Senate, and it's a waste of time no one's paying attention to. Democrats were furious, calling it an effing waste of time, idiotic, and Shri Tanadar has backed down and said he will not force a vote on impeachment. Talk about one of the stupidest stories. This guy, the only reason this is news, let me tell you, because I think Al Green also had filed articles of impeachment before. I don't know about in this term, maybe. I wouldn't be surprised. He was wiggling his cane at Trump, you know. No one cares when these low priority, low visibility Democrats demand a vote on impeachment. The only reason this guy's story got through is because they've got nothing to talk about. Donald Trump says, I'm going to lower the cost of drugs. And the Democrats are mad. Why are you mad? He's doing a thing that you want. We had John Rocker on last night, and he said, because he's winning. He's taking their thunder. This is their issue, and he's winning. Fair point. Fair point. So I love to see this. Democrats are in such disarray. They have no leadership. They have no message. The only message they offer you, the American people, is Orange Man bad. The Orange Man is bad, and they will put his face on media and use image manipulation saturation to turn him bright orange. And then say he's bad. Yeah. Here's a story from The Independent. House Democrats furious as congressman launches waste of time impeachment proceedings against Trump. Michigan Rep. Shri Tanadar's resolution attacked as waste of effing time. That's amazing. Wow. By his own side. But congressman insists it's about doing the right thing. No, it's not. It's about the fact that there's no high-profile Democrats. No one to keep anybody in line. They've all basically abdicated their responsibility, and they don't have the charisma in the first place. The Democrats have gotten so psychotic, they've driven out any sane person from their party. RFK Jr. could have been a great leader for the Democrats and rallied people around his cause of health, and they gave him to Trump. Tulsi Gabbard could have been a great leader for the party. Why? She is a female person of color. Indeed. Checks all the DEI boxes, military service. They gave her to Trump. It's really amazing because they don't. You know what I think with the Democrats the problem is? There is no real ideology. It is just crabs in a bucket. They're clawing their way to the top and pulling down anybody else who tries to get out. So in this regard, certainly there's other means of escape. They're not just stuck in a bucket. But the point is, they don't care about cause. They care about power. And Tulsi Gabbard starts getting popular, they destroy her. RFK Jr. starts getting popular, they destroy him. So who's left? AOC? She's not going to go anywhere in the Democratic Party. Independent reports. If a Michigan Democrat has his way, Trump could face his first impeachment of a second term. Yeah, nope. He already backed down, by the way. Shri Tanadar's resolution brings 7 new articles of impeachment. Okay, here we go. Post-millennial. Rep who seeks to impeach Trump can't name Michigan cities and towns he represents. This epitomizes, in my opinion, the Democratic Party. There's no leadership. There's no sound reason, message, or a cause behind anything they do. Let me show you this. We got CNN. Lone Democrats Trump impeachment push blindsides party. You've got Axios. Trump impeachment called idiotic in House Democrat meeting. Indeed. And then finally, right, Shri Tanadar says that he's giving up. He's giving up. Now, hold on. He says, in the 15 days since I filed 7 articles of impeachment against Trump, he has committed more impeachable offenses, dangerously accepting a $400 million private jet from Qatar. Well, to be fair, I don't think Trump should take the 747 from Qatar. I do believe it's going to the DOD and not to Trump personally. They say, which even Republican members of Congress have called wrong. After talking with my colleagues, I've decided not to force a vote on impeachment. So, okay, hold on. Shri, if Trump is doing more impeachable things, why are you not pushing forward with this vote? I thought it was about doing the right thing. It's not. Shri Tanadar is a fake individual. He's got no real message, no real politics, no real cause. He doesn't even know the names of the cities he represents. If it was about doing the right thing, you'd force the vote. And I love this. Over on Reddit, because you know I love to browse Reddit, the response from these progressive libs is, we may not win, but this is important because we're going to see who supports impeachment and who doesn't. I love it. The idea that it's a good thing that Shri Tanadar is going to bring this vote, because then we're going to see who votes not to impeach Trump. Nobody. Not even Shri Tanadar. Literally every single Democrat said no, and they didn't even get a vote on it. That's how much they oppose impeaching Trump. It is all fake. If it was about doing the right thing, this dude would have forced the vote anyway. But let's take we'll take a listen to our good friend Charlie LaDuff interviewing Shri about his own district.
I don't know.
What are the 5 Grosse Points cities?
Well, look, I'm not here to answer a quiz. I'm here to say that I'm going to fight for the people of Detroit. I'm going to fight for my constituents.
And Grosse Pointe
and all of the Grosse Points and all of Taylor and every every part of the 13th district.
Let me just do this real quick. Grosse Pointe Park, Grosse Pointe Woods, Grosse Pointe Farms, and Grosse Pointe Shores. Okay. Right. You know, on your campaign filings, it says occupation. Yours says United States government. Aren't you employed by the people of the United States?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, you fix that one. Okay, and finally, you're getting nailed with this one. The beagles. You abandoned the beagles, left them to die in their cages at your pharmaceutical testing.
See, look,
you know, I got to be honest. I actually feel really bad for this guy, Shri Tanadar. I know he's a scummy dude. I know he's not very smart. But, you know, I look at this guy. You know, he's 70 years old, and he's got a toupee that makes him look like he's in a 2003 emo band, and he's 19 years old. It's good hair, by the way. You know, he got mad. People were making fun of him. You know, some of us think it's a fantastic hairpiece. I'm kidding, by the way. He looks ridiculous. And maybe you could try a beanie. But anyway, he's 70. He does look very young. But I do feel kind of bad because, you know, it's like, I watched this video recently, and it was a lady by her pool, and she was talking to, I think it was her husband. And she's just like, I don't know if I can leave the door open because the dog is really clumsy and the dog's going to fall in the pool and die. She opens the door, the dog walks out and then stumbles and falls in the pool. And then she jumps in to save the dog. She brings the dog out of the pool, and then the dog's all happy and doofy looking and then starts walking, trips and falls in the pool again. And, you know, I feel so bad for that poor thing. It's so dumb. You know what I mean? Like, I can't get mad at it. It's just stupid. That's kind of how I feel about the Shri Tanadar guy. He's so dumb and just incompetent that I feel bad. He's getting roasted as if he intentionally, like he knows what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's like that dog walking around and falling in the pool. He has no idea what's happening around him. He's a doofy guy. I almost don't even want to play this video, but I'm going to do it anyway, of him talking about the impeachment.
People see this president has conducted impeachable misconduct. This president and his actions have been unconstitutional. This president has broken the law. He has abused the power of his office. multiple times. Just as we speak here today.
Yep, just as we speak here today. Sure, if it was about doing the right thing, he'd have forced the vote on impeachment, and we all know. Now, right now, there's a lot of big stories I'd love to talk to you about. Considering impeachment fizzled out and just burned down, figured I'd give you that update. But Donald Trump is currently, his administration's at the Supreme Court right now for an unusual hearing, indeed, over birthright citizenship, but more importantly, over universal injunctions. The Trump admin did something clever. When he issued this executive order to end birthright citizenship, of course, he gets sued. He then says, okay, file an appeal. Let's take it to SCOTUS. But in their argument, they're not so much challenging the notion of birthright citizenship, but they've added a challenge over universal injunctions from lower courts. Trump's trying to get a 2-for-1 deal on this one. Interesting. So that's going to be the big news for the day. We're going to wait to see if we get anything from the Supreme Court on that. So in the meantime, I give you this, a sad, sad waste of our time. Trump impeachment fails. Democrats are embarrassed and rightly pissed off that this guy wasted everybody's time. But what can I say? This is what the Democrats are right now. You think AOC is going to win in 2028? Yeah, right. You know, I'll add this too, because a lot of people need to hear it. Women are at a disadvantage politically because of their, on average, lower stature. It's a fact. And I'm not trying to be mean to women. I'm not trying to disparage women. I'm saying outright, take a look at the studies. Height and depth of voice matters. And so women naturally being shorter with higher pitched voices, they're saying AOC is the leadership. Then you got this guy. Oh, man. You know, Democrats, they need to hire like a recruiting firm. Just get yourself I'm sure there's some guy right now who sells medical equipment who's like 35 and he's 6'3" and he makes $200K a year selling medical equipment. You go to him and say, hey, look, we'll just give you a script and then you sell it. And then they'd have a candidate, a better candidate than they got now. I'll leave it there, my friend. Smash the like button, share the show with everyone you know. Follow me on X and Instagram at Timcast, and we'll see you all in the next segment.